Hey everybody, right here, and welcome back to some more Loren the Amazon Princess. Yeah, I'm fucking up a lot of my choices. I'm not gonna pull back on them right now. You know, I already used up my third save charm, my third load game charm. So, yeah, let's see. Talk him out of it or stop him with force. Saren darted in front of Ray's crossbow and held his hands out. Ray swallowed, his glare softening. Saren, move out of the way. Saren didn't budge. He tried to warn him off with an unflinching look. You'd die for him? I would. He said it without pausing to think. He's a demon! You'll have to go through me first. Ray stood up, his crossbow still ready to fire at any moment. A tiny movement of his hand signaled that he was thinking about it. Suddenly, Mesfit pounced on Ray with a roar. His crossbow misfired and shot into the darkness. Mesfit, no! It was too late. Ray was already disappearing from this realm, completely destroyed. The dark elf stood there panting, but he was still consumed by his demon side. Saren cringed. He had lost him to the dark magic of the realm. Why must it always come to this? Saren blinked back tears as he raised his weapon. Mesfit's eyes widened in fear. I love you. Saren sent his sword crashing towards Mesfit, but the dark elf caught his blade with his hand. Saren tried to overpower him. Mesfit was stronger and was able to rip Saren's sword away from him. Saren gasped, now completely open to attack. But Mesfit did not attack him. Instead, the dark elf pulled Saren close for a sudden kiss. When they broke, they gazed upon each other's faces. Saren knew that Mesfit was becoming a better elf every day. Take me with you. Absolutely. Saren nodded and led Mesfit by the hand out of the cavern. Yes! True love conquers all! A pile of gold coins and gems littered the floor of the next room. So let me get this straight. I've lost Draco. Who else have I lost? I've lost Mirf. I'm assuming I lost Chambara because she never joined my party to help fight. I lost Ray because I made the wrong choice. A pile of gold coins. Gold, so much beautiful. Dora was entranced. Saren held her back from wandering inside in case of traps. No one seemed to be around the treasure at first glance. Salzer appeared out of the corner of their eyes, surprising them. It's not real. Salzer, are you okay? None of this is real. We know. We're trying to find everyone so that we can get out. Salzer gazed at the gold pile. Without a word, he walked up to the treasure and picked up a few coins just to feel them. Are you ready? I'm not allowed to own possessions as a monk, you know. Saren shook his head in disbelief, realizing that Salzer was not as okay as he first seemed. My life before I became a disciple, all I ever wanted was this stuff. Gold, gems. He clutched the gold coins tightly into his fists. I became a monk to escape that life and repent for my sister, but have I? What has being a disciple of truth really done for me? Salzer. Nothing. I haven't changed the world. I haven't repented for any of my sins. They still happen. I'm still the same boy who wants nothing but this. He threw the gold from his hands. It clanged loudly, making Saren cringe. Fuck! I haven't been good with my decisions. I lucked out with all of them. You have changed the world. Without you and your monks, the undead would have overrun Mount Kronos. They would have been completely out of control, just like the demons are now. You're about to change the world in a significant way, too. Killing Foss will save all of Aravorn. You're completely earned all of my respect, sir. Salzer turned away from the treasure deep in thought. He laughed through his nose. That's not bad at all. Thank you. I feel the effects of the dark magic leaving me. Take me with you, and I'm sure I'll be in fighting shape by the time we reach Foss, I promise. Saren smiled and walked up to him to pat him on the shoulder. When Saren walked closer, however, a familiar dwarf jumped out from behind the sparkling piles. Stay away from my gold! Everyone gasped at how frightening Ramus had become. He was being completely controlled by a phantom anger. Rammy, it's me! Ramus glared at them all in berserk rage. He didn't even look at Dora. He doesn't recognize any of you. Ramus, put the axe down. I made the right choice with Sauser, so I think I can save over that. Fuck! He's overcome with berserk rage over his gold. Wouldn't convincing him the gold is fake just piss him off? I don't know if this game is playing tricks on me. Hey guys. I think I might add a 4th save because Ramus and Dora, I don't want to break them apart. They're OTP. My instincts are telling me... Oh, Chambara. Hi. Well, I think I messed up. Let's see if this frees him. If not, I'm going to be severely disappointed.
This may hurt a little.
Okay, now let's see if they had anything good on.
Yay! I picked the right one! Dora was flat on the ground, horribly wounded. I'm sorry, guys, if I just kind of blasted through that. Ramus's anger slowly faded as he saw Dora slipping away. Dora? Dora? Dora! Bit by bit, Ramus's berserker rage left him, and he ran to the dwarf woman's side. I'm such a blasting dunderlat! Dora coughed and tried to sit up to Ramus's relief. Rammy, you dummy. The two of them hugged closely. I was so mad I couldn't control it. I'm so sorry. We understand. This realm is not being very kind to any of us. Now we can proceed? Saren nodded and led the way. Huh, that did work. Oh boy. Who is this now? Grass sprouted out of the cracks in the ground. Saren walked into a chamber that resembled the plains of Erevorn. Oh, hi Amakiki. In the center of the room stood Amakiki, as if he had been waiting for them. There were 2 swords stuck in the ground, just like with the duel with Cruel. You have finally come. You were waiting? Take your sword. Amakiki approached the sword closest to him. Saren could not mistake Amakiki's glare. That's not mine. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? I have sworn a new oath. Saren went rigid. I have sworn to not to let you pass. Amakiki? Did you side with Foss? Take your sword. He wishes to duel us. I am not sure I could compete with him. You don't have to do this. Look into yourself. This isn't you. I am thinking clearly. Amakiki pulled his sword out of the ground. His sword glowed just like Loren's. Foss had deceived him with a false ancient blade. I have been promised many things. Only a fool believes anything a Death Knight tells him. They're all lies. No, nomads will become true citizens of Erevorn. We will no longer be barbarians. We will be civilization. Voss will give us the world. Please, don't do this. You're acting as awful as Cruel. Cruel was weak. He relied on an army. All I need to do is kill you. Take up your sword. Challenge his oath because if one of his other oaths conflict with his, he'd take his own life. Wait a minute. Isn't that what we don't want to have happen? Fuck. Because if he takes his own life, he returns to the other realm. But if I duel him and I win, he could just be sent to the other realm too. Fuck, I don't know! You swore an oath to Loren once, and now you've sworn an oath to her enemy. It can't be both ways. Amakiki stood stoic for a long moment. You're right. My oaths conflict. Amakiki looked down at the false sword in his hand. I have failed. I must pay the price. Saren trembled, knowing only then what Amakiki was going to do. He looked away just in time before Amakiki took his own life. Saren slowly looked back and Amakiki was gone. He had disappeared from the realm. He deserved better. Fuck! I even came to the conclusion! Shit! I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. You know what? Rewind. Because God forbid, I even came to the damn conclusion. No. I need to live with my decisions. Saren took in a deep breath. It would be hard to shake what had just happened from his mind. The tunnel to the next cavern was extremely long, and all light disappeared. Saren had to feel his way through the dark until the tunnel expanded, and poured out into a new room. A large field of light was stretched across the far wall. There were no more exits. Saren spotted a figure across the long room. Loren. Saren was elated to finally see her. He turned back to see everyone else's reactions, but no one was there. Saren was alone. What? Another test? Saren ran across the room to Loren, shouting her name. Loren did not turn around to greet him. Saren got caught in the glove of the wall and slowed to a stop. What is this? Is this a portal? He looked over at Loren, but she was turning her face away from him. Loren? Even as Saren rounded to stand in front of her, Loren refused to acknowledge Saren. Loren? Why won't you look at me? Loren turned her face away from Saren each time he tried to get her attention. Why are you ignoring me? If you are the real Saren, know that I am not playing Foss's game. But I am the real Saren. I just went through so many caverns and caves to find you. I had to fight with our friends and I brought them here, but where are they? Saren started to panic. He had no proof of what he had just been through. Your mother was with me too, everybody. What? Queen Karen, she found me and told me about this being the Underrealm. We went through a series of tests and... Loren looked past Saren and suddenly shoved him out of the way. Out of the tunnel, Karen walked into the light. She walked calmly forward, smiling when she saw Loren. But Loren drew her sword. Who are you? Loren? That's your mother. She is not my mother. She is an imposter. Daughter? Saren recognized the exchange from when Karen had first met him in this realm. Was Foss imitating her? Saren backed up from Loren and towards Karen, putting him in the center of the room. I don't know who to believe. I have already met her. Then you did not meet the real me. Loren spun around, turning her back on both Karen and Saren. Fuck! I'm not good at this. I'm usually good at making choices in games. What did you do with the other Karen? I ignored her, as I should be doing with both of you. Loren, don't ignore us. We need you. And play into Foss's hands? I do not like being forced to play games for my enemies. Neither should you, if you are actually real. Loren scoffed and went silent. We are real. How can I prove it to you? Loren was true to her word and did not reply. Saren slowly walked up to her. Ask me a question, any question, something that only I would know. Loren stood silently, refusing to look at Saren, who was slowly losing confidence that he would convince Loren of anything. Saren was about to turn away in defeat, but Loren opened her mouth. When we left the Citadel, you asked me a question. I called you a fool. Loren looked up at Saren, and he stood at attention. What was it? I made the right choice there, I think. Do you think he doesn't have eyes and ears across the whole world? What? Karen sauntered over to Loren and Saren. If he could have infiltrate the Citadel to start a plague, then he has more ways of deceiving you. He could place spies right under your nose. Saren felt Karen speak over his shoulder and he shivered. Loren started to look at Saren with suspicion. Are you trying to say that I'm... Karen shoved Saren towards Loren abruptly, making them both gasp. He looked down and saw Loren had grabbed the hilts of her swords. You don't really believe her, do you? Loren's harsh gaze did not lift. You really do think I'm a spy? Saren was heartbroken. He had served his mistress the best he could. Saren needed that loyalty repaid now, and it was not happening. I'll prove it to you. Saren pulled out his blade and took several steps back. Loren started to grow fearful. What are you doing? I'm proving that I am true. Saren prepared to kill himself. Just before he pierced his body, Loren knocked the blade from his hands. Stop! This is why I wanted to ignore you, you fool. Loren cast a deceiving look at her mother. Your mind games are over now. Saren looked back at Karen, shocked. He hadn't realized for one moment that she was completely off this entire time. Loren got a hold of her hawk blade with a grunt. It glowed extremely bright, turning almost the whole room blue. Karen hissed and stepped backwards as if the light hurt her. It's true, you're not Karen at all. Karen lowered her arms from her eyes and readjusted to the presence of the sword. You tried to resist the call of the Underrealm, but it still claimed the souls of some of your allies. Foss used Karen's image to laugh at Loren and Saren. They were disgusted to see Karen used in such a way. And the Princess Loren, she worked in my favor by shunning her own mother. Where is she? With your other mortal companions in my control. Loren growled as Karen laughed again. It was enough for Loren. She sprang forwards and impaled Foss's clone on the ancient sword. Foss's laughter stopped abruptly. The fake Karen bent over the sword, threatening Loren with her eyes. Your end is nigh. Then she dissolved into nothingness. Loren gaped at the empty space for a while longer. Saren rushed up to her and put a hand on her back. Are you alright? I was just an image of your mother, not really her. I didn't kill her? Loren! They both jumped from hearing Karen's voice again so soon. Out of the shadows of the tunnel came another Karen, distraught as if she had been running a long distance. They all stared at each other for a second. When Karen saw Loren, she bounded forward. Instinctively, Loren retreated in case it was Foss again. I thought I had killed you. Karen's eyes were fresh with tears as she finally caught up to her daughter. She grabbed Loren tenderly and brought her lips down to kiss her forehead. My darling, oh my darling. Queen Karen, is that really you? Loren raised shaking hands to touch Karen's arms, the temptation to trust her growing stronger. Loren could remember vividly all the times she felt her mother's touch. She held memories of an embrace at childhood when she won her first proving, a soft touch to the cheek on the day she came of age, and the look in her mother's eyes when she saved her from the Chisulu ruins. And now, Loren knew that this was her mother. The feeling of her love was something she could not forget, not after it was so rarely giving. Mother. Karen felt Loren finally grip her in return, squeezing her tightly. She had thought she had lost her daughter even before the war, but she realized then that she never had. Ah, here they are. I told you that we did not lose them. Saren looked back at the tunnel. A Polymecia walked out into the light behind Karen. You may all relax now, your dark witch has arrived. What a relief. We thought we lost you for good. Everyone, I was so worried. Loren pulled away from her mother, wiping her eyes. She resumed her stern demeanor, knowing that Foss was still at large.